Welcome to my channel. Today we will go city tour in Panama City. So I hope you come along with me to watch the beautiful city of Panama here in Central America. So come go with me on this bus tour.
Spanish version, they're gonna tell you that they were thousands of pirates. We couldn't to defend ourselves. But for the other side, for the pirate side, the England part, they're gonna tell you no, there were a few people. We could defeat that guy. We were strong. We were smart. You know. So the more accurate or more precise amount of pirates were around 1,200 people that arrived to the Atlantic side. They crossed all the country walking and sailing, and they arrived to that city in January 98, and they attacked the city. They destroyed the city. That city was burned onto the ground. Many people died, not just during the battle, but after the battle. People died because of that. All the houses that got destroyed. People run out of provision like food and shelter and that a lot of stuff. So it was a really hard hit for this Spanish run. Remember that all of this was part of the Spain. It was called the New Spain, the new reign of Spain. So having been attacked so hard for the pirate under the permission on the England crown, under the permission of the Indian crown, England crown, they relocate the city because this city, first we're gonna get a parking and we're gonna start our walking tour and we're gonna explain you why this area, not why other area.
Okay. What is the price of this? Seats.
Now we're gonna, when we were walking through, I'm gonna show you the lady from the Gunayala indigenous route wearing this red panel, but this is from the Afro-descendant culture, right here, right next to. So this is a way that you can learn about our culture through the paint.
Did you have that? Yeah, the finger.
El que tienes ahí dice que si eso lo venden.
Ah, no, this is mine. Very cool, right?
Yes, very nice.
Okay. Welcome to the Plaza Herrera Square. I want that you pay attention where we are located. Let me show you here in the map. start here. So this is like a point, like a peninsula. Okay? This is Panama. This is the Panama Canal. This is Atlantic side, Pacific. And if you pay attention, this is the narrow part of the country. Okay? So in 1513, when Vasco Núñez de Balboa arrived, after a ride to the Pacific Ocean, remember, until that point, from the people from Europe, they didn't know about nothing about this. So after that day, they realized that there were a new thing, one ocean. So they're starting to send an expedition, and then after they realized that Panama was the shortest way to connect the two oceans, they decided to establish Panama, or this area, as a main road for everything. So from that moment, after they founded the first city, in 1519, 6 years after, all the treasure, all the goods, they're gonna be passing through Panama. More or less 60%, all the gold and silver during more than 2 centuries passing through Panama. A lot of money. A lot of money. So remember that I told you that the first city was destroyed. That city was located here, in this green area. Was destroyed. Then were relocated to this area. Why here? Why not in other place? Because here, if you pay attention, behind this tree, there is a mountain. This is the only mountain that we got here. Remember that the first one was destroyed by the pirate. So now you need a safer place, a place that is gonna be, here is the hill, the mountain. So now you got this point or this peninsula. So you wanna to access to this peninsula, you can't to pass through. You have to pass to access to the city. You have to pass by the side of the mountain. So the mountain works as a nature barrier. And now it's more easy to wall the city. This city was walled. You see part of the last wall, that walls over there. The city, the wall passed to that side. Sí, correcto. As you can see, we are surrounded from beautiful buildings, and that's because we got different to our history. This is no, when you go, for example, to Cartagena, or when you go to Quito, most of the old towns, they got the same, all their buildings got the same design. Here is a little different because we got different influence. As I mentioned before, we got the Afro-descendant influence, we got the French influence, we got the American influence, and part of that influence you can see the artwork represented. Your phone, so I can take some beautiful picture of you. I don't want the gas.
pictures. I love take pictures.
The sound of the sea. I want you to pay attention to this. You see this red, all red. Remember, King, that I mentioned before that the more important when you think about Panama, think about the Cape. That's the reason that Panama was designed to be the place for transportation, all the gold and silver during the Spanish period. Well, during the Republican period, because after the independence from Spain in 1821, we joined it to Colombia, to the La Gran Colombia. Okay, that was part of Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador back at the time. Okay, in 1850, something happened in the United States. The gold rush in California. They found a bed of gold, so all the people that were rushing to go in there, looking for gold, looking for new treasure. So what happened? Some investment. Some businessmen, they knew about Panama. So they came here and they built this railroad system. Why? Why Panama know the United States? Well, because at that time, the railroad system in the United States wasn't so developed like nowadays. So it's gonna take, for example, from going to east to west, they're gonna take around 6 months. Using the United States railroad system, being exhausted, being a trip sometimes dangerous, not in the best condition. So they built this railroad system in 1850, and now instead of taking 6 months, they're gonna take you 40 days, sailing from, for example, from New Jersey all the way down to Panama, taking a train. I want to be crossing the country in a couple of hours, then sailing way up to California, 40 days instead of 6 months. You are saving a lot of time. Welcome to the Independence Square. Okay? Or, as you read over there, Plaza Mayor. What does mean? That means that now we are in the south of this old city. Let me show you here. Now we move from here to here, in the middle. And as you pay attention, the design of this city is a great design with the streets going to south to north and the other going from east to west. The streets are going to the Cardinal. That's the way that these people are going to be designing this city, following the round and the great way. The Spanish that adapted, they brought that way to design. Pass me your phone. perfect.
La hora, sus lindos colores, matiza de canto mi nido de amores. Ya es verdad, Adelita, Guajirita, soy un beso en su boquita de amor. De nuevo el sol me recuerda aquel día en su plena luz sabía.
With the Panamanian authority to build the Panama Canal. When he visited Panama to supervise the labor, he stayed in this hotel. So this is a hotel where important figures are gonna be staying when they visit or come to Panama. Because remember, it's surrounding the main important area. Now let's too hot. Which one do you think that are from Panama? This one? Okay. True and not true. Okay. This is the both of them are called Panama hat. But one of them is the real one. Let me explain you the history. What happened? Remember that Panama all the time was this area, all the time was the more important area for transit. So what happened, for example, from Ecuador, for one area, really small region, there were indigenous people that were working with a country called Toquilla, and the people that started to build, handmade, crafting hat with this Toquilla palm tree. They started to selling all around the world. But first thing, this hat that arrived to Panama, were used as a warehouse, keeping the hat until they get ready for going to wherever they wanted to sell. In 1910, when Theodore Roosevelt visited Panama, during their speak, one person gave him one hat. Because Panama was like you right now, he was like you sweating. He said, Panama is hot, but it's hot by the sun. But the people thought that he said, the Panama hat. And he made a relation with the hat instead with the weather. Since that point, the people started to calling that hat from Ecuador, Panama hat. And they create a new brand. Actually, if you go inside, you ask for this, the people are gonna say this is a Panama hat, that is from Ecuador. Okay. So that's means the real one is that one. That's the real Panama hat. It's made with other kind of palm tree that is called bellota. And other indigenous people from Panama, they work with that, but our people in the countryside are starting to doing their own hat with the bellota palm tree fiber, and that's the real one. This one, the good costs are up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. This a good one. This one, it could be around $300, $400. How do you recognize when you got a really good one? Because the fiber, more thin is the fiber, more time gonna take you to handcraft the hat. So you pay attention, the fiber looks real thin. That means that those ones are fancy ones. Okay? Perfect. If you want to look around into one story, you can do it. Okay? Perfect. Now, las arenas de plata. Hola, ¿qué tal? Pero no es plata, es bañada.
It's not just silver?
No real silver, it's like a bad silver. Pass me your phone, please.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me take
from the United States to Europe. Here, you're gonna be becoming a famous. So you're gonna be doing like a tour around the world, you know, collecting money and knowing people. When he visited Panama, he visited this place, Charles Lindbergh. Who else visited this place? Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein with his wife. He visited this place. Or what else? Or who else? Elizabeth II Queen, the queen from England. She visited Panama. He visited this place. It's a more important place where people like you. Okay. Remember Elizabeth that I mentioned before when we went into the gallery that there was a Gunayala woman dressed in a red Canal. This is the woman from Gunayala. This is what in Panama we have 7 indigenous groups. Okay, these people are from Gunayala. They are called Guna. So the woman, they sewed the fabric, created this piece of art that is called Mona. It's very, very popular, very famous, very good thing you want to buy something from Canal. Okay. So I just show you that. You want to take something, you can do it or we can continue. So it's you. Yeah, those are souvenirs straight from these people. So you want to buy something unique straight from these people.
Bueno.
Sí, aquí ya le estoy trayendo para que a ver si le compran algo. ¿Cómo está? Bien. Siempre se me olvida cómo que se dice buenos días. Muedi, gracias. Muedi. Ok. because this city suffered three major fires. Most of the time, every single day, it's on the ground. So this is the only building they're gonna be remind to the fires because they were built with rocks.
So this is the only building left after the fire.
You want any picture or? No, gracias. Welcome to Amador. All of this we call Amador. Part of this land was is artificial. The rocks, debris were dumped from the Panama Canal construction, 1914. So the is artificial. The island, all the time, they have been here. Okay, and all the time have been important. Back in the day, they were the island where the ships coming from Peru, they're gonna be anchoring there, and then by boat, they're gonna be bringing to the inland all treasure, goods, fabric, food, seed, people. So that was like the main port back at the time. Because as Mr. Kicks pointed, we got a tide that is high sometimes, low sometimes. So you wanted to anchor a ship right there in the inland by the coast. It's difficult because if you don't get enough deep, it's difficult. So the solution was anchoring that island. And at your right, this is the entrance of the Panama Canal. You see the ships waiting for over there. Huge ships. But in this very moment, there is no ship passing through or entering. That's the reason that we're going to visit the Panama Canal at the end, so we can see ships passing through. what island are you right? Is the Canal Island. This is the Perico Island. This is the island where the ships are gonna be arriving and anchoring right here. We're gonna be visiting the last one, the Flamingo Island. This is where the Panama sign is located. And you can enjoy all the views. This is mostly nowadays for tourism purposes with beautiful marines, beautiful restaurant. You can rent a scooter, bike, a motorcycle, and or walk around or run around. But as you can see, there is almost nobody around here right now because the weather is really warm and wet, humid. But in the afternoon, for example, during the weekends, they get crowded. A lot of people coming to spend time in this beautiful island with these beautiful views. And that island over there, that is Taboga. I don't know, maybe you heard about Taboga. That's that island, very beautiful, tourism. There is people living there.
So a lot of tourists go over there.
Mm-hmm. And from here, there is different. Each island got a little docks where ferries or yachts are departing to the different island like Taboga or Contadora or Pearl Island Archipelago. Me avisas si necesitas hablar algo con él, ¿ok? Que estoy aquí como cliente. We're gonna send a picture to Lopez.
Take a picture for me. Something like that. That's what we eat.
American Bridge at your left in front. That's the
Uh-huh.
reason that I mentioned before. The route for going to the North Central America, Salvador, is that bridge. That pass over the Panama Canal.
Okay.
I guess we gotta go back downstairs.
You want any picture, let me know. You want any picture, let me know. You know how the Panama Canal works? More or less? I will explain it. Imagine that now you are in the cargo businesses. Pacific, Atlantic, same level, zero level. Okay, now you are arriving to Canada with a ship full of containers. What will happen is we're gonna use the continent as a canal. You got chambers right here. We are in the arena front block. Lower upper chamber, lake chamber. Okay, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna open the gate, this water, just like gravity, they're gonna equalize the level. So you're gonna be open the gate, until enter, close the gate, and transferring water to the you're gonna rise the ship. Open the gate, close the gate, transferring water, we're gonna be lifting the ship. You're going to do the same process. Open the gate, enter, close, transferring water, lift it. Where does all the water come from? The middle. Rain. Lot of rain. The mountain. Through the stream, the river, feeding the lake. It's a constant process. So after you get here, you're gonna be sailing and navigating through the country. Same process when you get to the other side. Open the gate. Transferring water. Open the gate. Enter. Transferring water. Open the gate. Transferring water. Jordan. Looks simple, but more than 9,000 people involved in this operation. Now we are going to see for our own eyes.
Okay. All right. And now with a big.
Ya está, ya no va a bajar más porque ya está moviéndose, ya sí ya puede pasar, ¿entendés? Claro, bajan hasta una cosa que hasta que para que puedan pasar, ahora ya está. Pero quería preguntarle qué era eso. Digo, no estaba frío. Yo quería venir, no sé, para mí, para que
Get to see how Panama Canal, like always see you talk about it, but now you probably see it yourself.
años amablemente atender las siguientes instrucciones. Están prohibidos servicios sobre las bancas y los mesas. No se permite escalar las estructuras metálicas del mirador. No se permite escalar ni atravesar los barandales frontales del mirador. Está prohibido fumar en los accidentados helicópteros o acolchadores. Por seguridad les agradecemos mantener las escaleras de acceso al mirador despejadas. Les agradecemos
of the process of blockage of this vessel through the 80 kilometers, 50 miles of the canal is the Panamanian pirates of the canal. 3 or 4 of them are going to be in charge of all these processes, making sure that they receive a good transit, a good blockage. Así es, pilotos prácticos del canal, operador de cada una de estas locomotoras, al interno de estas equipos eléctricos, sus trencitos que tenemos, y pues los compañeros pasacables de esclusa que van a estar alrededor para asistir en el proceso de atar las locomotoras eléctricas. Very good. We can tell you that we do have these vessels. They assist by the electric locomotive around, and also we have the operators inside. They're not moving by themselves. We have an operator inside each one of these locomotives. Also, we have the line handlers of the locks, pilots of the canal, and also on the building that we see in front, we do have the operator of these locks. The master, all of them making possible this process of blockage. Así es, todos ellos haciendo posible el proceso de expulsar. Vamos a darles un fuerte aplauso, a big applause for all of them. Muy bien, así es. Primer tránsito de la tarde y a bordo, claro que sí, un panameñito, vida mía, un panameño responsable del proceso de tránsito de estas embarcaciones. El capitán del buque cede el mando navegacional para que el tránsito del canal pues claro que sí, es encargado y responsable del proceso de cruzar. Aquí donde tenemos estas cámaras, 32 metros de ancho mide el buque y las cámaras 33 metros. Un espacio bastante reducido en el que se requiere de precisión y por supuesto los expertos prácticos serán los que encargarán de llevar a cabo esta operación. Very good. This is a really narrow space where this vessel is transiting right now. 32 meters the vessel at the chamber 33, so half meter free to the right, half meter free to the left. We need the experts involved in all this process.
Dale también. Esta que llama la mamá. Como de que dijo.
We appreciate that our visitors take care of the facilities. For this reason, we kindly ask you to pay attention to the following instructions. It is prohibited to climb on benches and tables. Climbing the metal structures of the observation deck is not allowed. Smoking and using electronic
Okay, we're done. If you want, we can go back to the hotel.
Okay. Try to get something to drink. We'll have a drink.
Will I want something?